Adam Schefter via Twitter. Former Vikings 2019 first-round pick Garrett Bradbury has reached an agreement on a 2-year deal worth up to $12 million, including $3.8 million guaranteed with your New England Patriots, baby. We got a center, a mediocre center.
What they gonna say now?
You still need a tackle and a wide receiver is what they're going to say now, but at least we signed somebody. The offensive line got a little bit better. David Andrews is gone. Who's going to replace the veteran center? Well, there's your answer, Garrett Bradbury. And I know somebody who wants to talk about this is a guy who used to take on centers and guards.
Oh, did I?
You did. You told me how.
Stun and separated their ass.
Stun and separate.
Showed me. He ran me into another room.
So are you happy with this signing, Ted Johnson?
I am, because now we have a center. I thought maybe that it was going to be Cole Strange, but now that – and everyone's forgotten about Cole Strange. But people have said, you know what, I'm out on Cole Strange. He was, guys, still a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, not a good one.
But you know what? Nope. That was like 2 years ago. I mean, who knows? He may be a lot better now. So I don't mind. I don't mind this shift. Okay, I mean, David Andrews, great leader, all that, but I think he reminded everyone of the old guard, for better or for worse. I think a lot of those guys that were still here under Bill kind of have been flushed out. So I kind of understand why that is the case. I will say this: if you look at just to give you a quantifiable difference, if you believe in Pro Football Focus grades. They've graded David Andrews versus the Patriots' new center, Garrett Bradbury, simply by this. There's 64 centers that have been graded.
Okay.
David Andrews ranked 40th of all centers.
Okay.
Garrett Bradbury ranked 33rd of all centers.
We got better.
So
we got better.
Incremental increase for the same salary.
And I'm thinking, okay, Minnesota Vikings, who's the coach for the Vikings? Why is he here? Blah, blah, blah. My guess is Terrell Williams, being the defensive line coach for the Lions, played against this kid enough to go, you know what? That guy gave us problems. I want that. That guy is a good center. That's kind of how it works. Look, I would look at it that way. If I'm a defensive coordinator and I see all these offensive players, I would give my 2 cents about an offensive player that we were thinking about bringing in, Fitzy.
Okay, so let me give you guys a couple of quick, immediate responses on social media to the Garrett Bradbury signing. Gentle note or gentle reminder, it is believed that the Minnesota Vikings moved on from Garrett Bradbury because they believed him to be too small to handle the increased size and speed of the modern defensive lineman. And that's why they went with Drew Dahlman, I believe, who they signed away from the Atlanta Falcons for a pretty penny this offseason. Immediate replies to Adam Schefter's tweet. Boris Sports, who's been a guest of the Six Rings podcast, a one-armed David Andrews clears this bum. Browns Muse, who, here we go, Vikings at Vikings Central. Nice knowing you, Drake Maye. That has 60 likes in 4 minutes.
Wow.
Some people saying good pickup has to be better than what they've had. That's largely based on how bad people believe the Patriots line to be. Nando 17 Celtics, terrible pass blocker, man, terrible pick. So it's super split.
And all these people have been watching center play.
I know, but I feel like Ted, I feel like a lot of people like it because they see, hey, the Patriots are being aggressive on the offensive line. That's great. And then there are some people that watch the NFC North and say, I've seen this guy get knocked over. He's been bowled over. He is a little small. And you just said it. If David Andrews graded out as 40th best and this guy's 33rd, that's an increase. It's incremental, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what do you expect Doug Marrone to do with somebody that a team like the Vikings deem too small?
So I would just say this, I'm not huge on PFF grades. It's great if you got a little bit better. Now, you're not even in the top 32. There's a 32-team league, and you have the 33rd best center, so that's not great. I just look at his simple stat line. He started every game he's played in 6 years. For a team that usually has a good offense, the Minnesota Vikings have had good offenses over the years with Kirk Cousins, with Kevin O'Connell, like the various permutations of that offense have been pretty good. He's never missed more than 3 games in a season, I believe. So he's got some durability, which is a good thing. I think we've seen a lot of moving lineups in recent years. You'd like to have as many guys out there for a full season as possible. So I think you can talk yourself into it. I'm not willing to say they were aggressive because they waited for a guy to get cut because the other team signed a better center, and then they gave him $3 million. For a team with $100 million in cap space, I'm not sure that really qualifies as aggressive, but I will say...
Oh, they went after the Vikings center, Andy, the guy from Atlanta. They
I know.
whiffed.
That was aggressive.
Yeah.
This is waiting for the crappy guy to be set free by the team that got the good guy. But I will say, I just like the fact that I feel like you can get out a Sharpie now and write Mike Onwenu, and you can write Garrett Bradbury as 2 starting offensive linemen for the Patriots. I think you can.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about what?
Oh, Stanley got in my ear and started a conversation with me. I thought that he left the mic off, so I tried to say my apologies.
Sorry, that was my bad. I was sorry.
Nah, cool. What would you say you do around here, Stanley?
So,
the fact was the Minnesota center, the center did not go to the Vikings. He went to the Bears.
So
my apologies.
The Morgan Moses signing, I think we think he's a starter if healthy, right?
Yes.
So you have 3 starters now. And I would also argue, you brought up a first-round pick.
Cole Strange.
Could he be your starting left? He was a guard originally. They moved to center.
He was a left guard originally.
So could we now have 4 starting offensive linemen?
Yes.
Whoa. Is it starting to come together?
Yes.
Do they have a starting offensive line in Foxborough?
We have too many. Let's trade. Let's trade Milton. Let's trade Wallace. We should probably trade Moses. I mean, did you see the leadership speech he gave last week? His value will never be higher.
So,
we got Layden Robinson. You got City So. You got Cole Strange. Put them all in a hat. One of these guys has got to come out and be a halfway decent left guard, right?
Well, and that's what I like when you shrink the number of positions that are wide open. You have more candidates for it.
Right.
And you feel better. Okay, so the right side, I think you can say we might be a right-handed football team right now and like to run to the right and like to do things to the right side.
Roll out
right?
to the right. We've got a right-handed quarterback.
Absolutely. And you should, from that group of leftovers, those oddball misfit toys, find the left guard. Now we can really focus in. All they need, and it's a big one, is a left tackle. Whether that's first-round pick, second-round pick, Will Campbell in his short arms, whatever. We can now fixate our bitching, I guess, is the way I'll say it. We're just going to bitch about a left tackle from now till the season starts. Find a left tackle, and it feels like this isn't sexy, but it might be kind of okay enough, I guess, or good enough, meh enough, whatever, however you want to describe it. I'm not going to be like, they're going to win the Super Bowl because they got some great line.
Well, why not fire up the duck boats? What's the point otherwise? Okay, so going back to that PFF thing that Ted had mentioned previously, yes, he did grade 33rd out of all 64 centers. Gentle note, there are 32 teams in the NFL, so that's not great.
Yep.
But here's the difference, Andy. Everyone needs to get used to this.
Yes.
His run blocking grade is excellent. He's in the upper tier. He's 14th out of 64. The reason why the Vikings moved on from him, they didn't sign, once again, the Falcon center. They signed, I think, maybe the Indianapolis ones.
Ryan Kelly. Yep.
Yes, thank you. His pass blocking grade is not great. He was 55th out of 64. So
that's his big weakness.
That's the issue they're going to have to work on. So, hey, Doug Marone, get to work, baby. It's a day after St. Patrick's Day. We're all out of our Guinness fog, and you got to figure out how to make your undersized center a better pass blocker.
See, the undersized part does not bother me because I've seen a crap ton of undersized centers.
Centers are always the smallest guys.
Ryan Wendell was really small here for the Patriots, and you find a way. I mean, first of all, you're protected on both sides. They generally care more about your brain and your technique in there, right? I mean, they don't necessarily. Now, if you're
quickness,
if you
hands.
are big and are strong, like now you could be Nick Mangold and be an All-Pro center and a Hall of Fame center, but the undersized part, he's 300 pounds. He's an NFL. A lot of those guys are 295, 300, 305. That doesn't worry me. Now, if he can't pass protect, if we're watching a guy that's getting run over and killed in the A-gaps, okay, that's a different issue, because if my guy Drake Maye is being pressured through the A-gap all the time because the center stinks, then we might have a problem.
How about this, Andy? You ready for this? Try not to, strain a lat patting yourself on the back. Mike Reese just tweeted out 5 minutes ago. Opinion/analysis. Did a 3-game study of Garrett Bradbury from 2024. Week 1 versus Giants, Week 8 versus Rams, 17 versus Packers. And would compare his game to former Patriots center Ryan Wendell.
See, the great minds that have covered this team for decades, they tend to think alike.